When single people tell me that, oh, I'm single, I can't cook, it's hard. It's not. It's the best way to start. It's like a love affair. It's like a honeymoon with just you and your favorite foods. My name is Joey. I blog at 80 Breakfasts, and on Instagram I'm Chicha Jo. I'm a home cook and a recipe developer. I also have a full-time job and I'm a full-time mom, so that's a lot on my plate. But I love to cook. I love to eat. Cooking is also my therapy. It helps me relax. Today I'm gonna make skillet eggs using leftovers. If you've seen me on Instagram, then you have seen various versions of these skillet eggs. It's a perfect way to use leftovers, especially if your leftovers are very little, because it's a perfect single breakfast. You can use various things for the skillet eggs. My number one thing to use is what I will just call red sauce. So what's that? It's leftover of any pasta sauce. That's right, it can be any sort of pasta sauce. Any stew, like tomato-based stew. The other thing that I'm gonna use also is cochinita pibil. It's Mexican shredded pork that I had made. Now I have leftovers and they're very dry. So I'll add some tomato and onion probably. And we are going to make it live again. First, I'll get my egg. So we just crack it into the bowl. And why do I crack it into the bowl and not into the skillet? Because although I love to cook, I'm kind of clumsy, and if I get an eggshell into my skillet, then I'm gonna have to you'll have to root it out and dig it out. So it's better just to crack it in the bowl, and if you get an eggshell there, then you can take it out before adding it into your skillet. I do this for all eggs, for all dishes, so even cookies, whatever, I never crack into the bowl. I crack into a little bowl first, and then it goes into the bigger bowl. Like, I'll usually put a little bit of oil. I use olive oil, the non-extra virgin to cook. The leftover pasta sauce that I have, see, it looks like leftovers, yeah. Has a lot of oil because it's chorizo tomato pasta sauce, and chorizo has a lot of oil. So just, you be the judge. Remember, this is a single breakfast just for you. So you're just heating it up. Make sure to heat the chorizo up, because once you put your egg in, you don't want to overcook it. I mean, you want to cook it to your liking, but you don't want to overcook it, so you want to make sure everything's good to go before the egg goes in. This is my oldest wooden spoon. There's a crack. I cannot let go of it. It fits my hand so perfectly. So there. So we have the egg, and now we're gonna put the egg. So just put the egg right into the middle place, and that's it. If you cook the egg this way, the whites will set when your yolk is overcooked. So I'm gonna cover it for a bit. You can eat this with bread, toast, be nice and sophisticated. Or you can just scrape everything into a bowl of rice, or you can just put the rice into this. Yes, and break it up. So I'm gonna put parsley, but you can put cilantro, you can put basil, you can put whatever you've got in your pantry, McCormick stuff, whatever you want. So this is almost done. You can see. And chorizo oil, get on my egg. Okay, so get it off the heat, and put whatever you want to put. I'm gonna put chili flakes on you. Parsley. This is all I have. I mean, I would use flat leaf parsley because that's what I prefer. This is curly parsley, which is like a frenemy, but it's all I have. And when you're dealing with leftovers, you make do with what you have, and it's all great. So dig in. Okay, so this is another skillet egg with another bit of leftovers. This is the cochinita pibil that I made, so it's a Mexican shredded pork, and it's different because this one has already, it wasn't, unlike the pasta sauce that has sauce, this is very little sauce. so it can get dry. Like many leftovers that I am sure you have in your fridge, it gets dry. See, it's like really dry, and you're like, oh, am I gonna eat that? I don't want to make that into a taco. To kind of bring it back to life and add more moisture, we're gonna add things to it. So what I'm gonna add is I'm gonna add some onions, maybe a little garlic. I have cherry tomatoes that are literally, these are quite old, so they had to be used to add moisture. Maybe I'll put a little chili. You can put labuyo if you are brave or have a stronger stomach than I. Or you can put sili pangsigang, which I think is one of the most underrated things. Because you can use it in so much more than just like sinigang. You can pickle it. You can put it on many dishes because it's not so spicy. Some people put garlic before onions. Some people put onions before garlic. I prefer onions before garlic because onions can get nice and soft and garlic can burn quite easily. So I like the onions this way for this, since the pork is shredded, so that it's also like in strips. Also, you can taste it more, and onions add a lot of sweetness because there's a lot of natural sugars. So when they get soft and get cooked down, they add sweetness to the dish. I'm gonna put some garlic. Just a little, because remember it's a single. But then again, if you're alone, then knock yourself out. Put a lot of garlic. So then I'm gonna put some of this cherry tomatoes. I won't cook them that much. You can cook them down until they become pulpy, and then you have like a tomatoey, tasty sauce based thing. But you can also keep them, kind of solid. If you like to have, when you have your eggs, you'll have the crunch of a fresh tomato and the freshness of it. You can do that as well. And then we will put some of this. So you can even see it's like so dry, but you shall. I'm not gonna make it crispy, but you can make it crispy. If you want it to be crisped up, a little crispy edges and all of that, you can do that for sure. Or you can have it just like this. You can see it's already getting moist, and it looks much better than it did a while ago. And so this is an example of when I'm gonna put a little more oil just in the middle where my egg's gonna land. And then we are going to put our egg. So I'm gonna put some chili also. I didn't mix it in because I don't want it too spicy, but you can mix it in. And I didn't want it too wilted. You can also put it in afterwards, just as a garnish, so that it's really crunchy and it's nice to bite into. So I like it kind of halfway, so I'm just gonna cook it with the egg. I started blogging many years ago. Most of you are probably just children. Back then, there weren't so many food blogs, and most food blogs, if not all, were all about cooking. Not really about restaurants. It was just, a bunch of food nerds who love to cook, and that's what I was. So that's how I started. So here we are. It's done. And there's your egg. And now we can garnish it with stuff. So I'm gonna put cilantro, which is, very Mexican taste, but also one of my favorite, my favorite herb. You can also put Tabasco, any of your hot sauces. I have a ton of hot sauces in my fridge. So when I eat this, I'm gonna probably put some. All right, so like I said earlier, you can eat this any way you want. So after you've taken your nice photo, it looking so nice, and you can mess it up. You can have it with bread, you can have it with rice. So for the chorizo, I like it with rice. So I'm gonna put it in a bowl. So then you can get your skillet egg and then just scrape the whole mess into your rice. So we're gonna scrape it. There you go. So now I guess I'm gonna taste it. See, does it really taste as good as it looks? So you can also just eat it straight from the skillet. No need to transfer anything. You can have your meal straight here. You can actually put rice into the skillet and then just mix it up. And if you have to reheat it, that's like a fast way to reheat because it's already in here. This is the cochinita. So I'm gonna put some hot sauce. Is chili lime, my husband's favorite. Not so spicy. It's good. This one I'll just dunk bread in it and like mop it up. So we're gonna break the egg. Ooh, and mix it with the chili. And mix it with the cochinita. And there, it's a perfect bite. So thank you for watching this little segment. I hope you make these recipes at home. I hope this inspires you to make use of your leftovers. Literally, you can make these things with leftovers that are like a spoonful. If you need more recipes, you can check out my blog. It's 80breakfast.com. And on Instagram, I'm Chichajo. If you need help in recipe development, you can contact me as well. It was so nice doing this. Very different from what I usually do on my blog. And thank you for watching.